Don't drink that.
Wait. Before you take that sip, something dark is lurking behind that drink. Imagine being at a lavish party, everything seems perfect until a stranger whispers, "There's a drug in your drink." What happens next will leave you speechless. The man you trust, the billionaire you've fallen for, he's hiding something bigger than you can ever imagine.
Stay with me as we dive into a night filled with secrets, lies, and betrayal.
You won't believe how this ends. It was the kind of night that seemed like it would never end. Glittering chandeliers casting a soft glow over the crowd, laughter echoing through the grand ballroom, and glasses clinking in celebration. A charity gala held at one of the city's most luxurious venues, where the city's elite came together to mingle, network, and make deals. It was the perfect blend of elegance and power, a night where everyone wore their best smiles and expensive suits, all while secretly vying for attention and approval. The crowd was a mix of high society elites, powerful business moguls, celebrities, and socialites who reveled in their fame and fortune. At the center of this glamorous spectacle was Marcus Westbrook, a billionaire known for his charm, success, and unshakable presence. Handsome, accomplished, and the man every woman in the room was eager to meet, Marcus had it all. But on this particular night, his attention was not on any of the other socialites around him. His eyes were fixed on one woman, Amelia Turner. A stunning woman in her late 20s, Amelia was smart, confident, and had the world at her feet. She stood beside him, looking every bit the sophisticated woman who could be the envy of any room she entered. Yet, amidst the laughter and clinking glasses, something didn't sit right with Amelia. The night's glamour suddenly felt colder, and a strange tension filled the air. A young woman, dressed in a simple yet elegant black dress, approached Amelia. With a look of urgency in her eyes, she leaned in close and whispered words that would forever change the course of Amelia's evening. "There's a drug in your drink." Amelia stood frozen, her heart pounding in her chest as the words echoed in her mind. "There's a drug in your drink." Her eyes were wide with shock, and her hand trembled slightly as she held her champagne glass. She had heard whispers before, rumors, stories of wealthy men using such tricks to manipulate women into doing things they normally wouldn't, but she never thought she would find herself in that situation. The woman who had whispered those words was a complete stranger, someone Amelia had never seen before. Yet, there was something in her eyes, something genuine, that made Amelia believe her.
The urgency in her voice was impossible to ignore.
Before Amelia could gather her thoughts or even respond, the woman had already slipped back into the crowd, vanishing without a trace. It was as if she had never been there at all. Panic began to build inside Amelia. She scanned the room quickly, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mysterious woman, but she was lost among the sea of well-dressed guests, all mingling and enjoying the party. Was it true?
Was someone truly trying to harm her? The thought of it sent a chill down her spine.
Her gaze shifted back to Marcus. He was across the room, laughing and chatting with a group of men, completely unaware of the storm that was brewing inside her. He looked so perfect, so calm, so utterly charming. Could he be behind this? The idea was almost too horrifying to consider. She glanced down at her drink, then back to the crowd, feeling a sense of vulnerability she had never experienced before. Her instincts screamed at her to leave the glass behind, to not take another sip. Amelia decided to set it down, quietly stepping away from the group. As she turned to leave, she caught Marcus's eye across the room. For just a fraction of a second, his smile faltered. The mask of confidence he wore slipped, and his eyes seemed to narrow ever so slightly. Amelia's breath caught in her throat. Something wasn't right. Something didn't feel right about Marcus. As Amelia tried to quietly make her way through the crowd, her heart still racing from the whisper in her ear, she was abruptly stopped. A familiar, yet disconcerting voice broke through the chaos of the party. "Where are you going, my love?" Marcus's voice was smooth, almost too smooth. His handsome face was illuminated by the soft glow of the chandeliers, but the warmth in his smile felt forced. It was the same charming smile that had captured her heart when they first met, but tonight, something felt different about it. The night is young, and we have so much to enjoy," he added, stepping closer, his presence swallowing her anxiety for a brief moment. But Amelia couldn't forget the warning she had just received. Her mind was racing, caught in a whirlpool of doubt and suspicion. She had to get answers. The nagging feeling inside her only grew stronger the longer she stayed by his side. With trembling hands, she set her champagne glass down on a nearby table, determined to stay in control. She crossed her arms over her chest, trying to stay in control. She crossed her arms over her chest, trying to steady her nerves. "I need to talk to you about something important," she said, her voice low but firm. Marcus's eyebrow arched in mock curiosity.
Of course. What's on your mind? He responded, his tone still warm and unbothered, as though nothing was wrong.
Amelia took a deep breath, trying to summon the courage to voice her growing fears. "I don't want to cause a scene, but someone just whispered to me that there's a drug in my drink, and I need to know if you know anything about it." Marcus's reaction was almost instantaneous. He let out a soft laugh, his smile widening. "Amelia, darling, you're just being paranoid. No one's trying to harm you. I'm right here. No need to worry." His words were smooth, almost rehearsed, but they didn't reassure her. If anything, his response only made her feel more uneasy. The way he chuckled, the way his eyes twinkled with feigned concern, it all felt too practiced. Amelia could feel a cold shiver run down her spine. There was something in his eyes, something that didn't add up. His calm demeanor was masking something far deeper, and Amelia was beginning to suspect that he was hiding something from her. Something big. Before Amelia could gather her thoughts or speak again, something unexpected happened that drew the attention of everyone in the room. The music softened, the lights dimmed, and an eerie hush fell over the crowd. It was as if time had slowed down and all eyes shifted toward the grand staircase. The dramatic change in atmosphere was almost palpable as all conversation ceased, replaced by a buzz of curiosity and anticipation. A stunning woman appeared at the top of the staircase. She was dressed in a dazzling red gown that shimmered under the light with every step she took. The dress hugged her curves, and her poise was nothing short of regal. With each graceful movement, she descended, catching every gaze in the room. It was clear she was someone important, someone who commanded attention. But as the woman reached the bottom of the staircase and her eyes locked onto Marcus, Amelia noticed something shift in him. The confident, charming smile that had always been plastered on his face disappeared, replaced by an expression that could only be described as pure shock. It was as though he had seen a ghost. For a split second, Amelia could have sworn she saw panic in his eyes. The woman approached Marcus with the grace of a queen, stopping just in front of him. Without hesitation, she leveled him with a cold stare and spoke in a voice that sent a chill through the room.
You've been keeping secrets, haven't you, Marcus? Her words rang out with sharp precision.
The room was deathly silent, and Amelia's heart began to race. The tension in the air was thick, suffocating. The woman didn't wait for Marcus to respond. Instead, she continued, her gaze never leaving him. "This whole charade, this engagement you've been flaunting for weeks, it's a lie, isn't it?" Marcus's face went pale. His lips parted, but no words came out. He was caught off guard, unable to form a response. Amelia's confusion deepened as she watched the woman look at her, directly at her, with an almost knowing look. "You didn't think you could keep this from her forever, did you?" the woman said, her voice dripping with accusation. It all clicked in an instant. Amelia's stomach dropped. Her eyes widened in disbelief. The woman wasn't just any guest at the gala, she was Marcus's fiancée. The room stood frozen in stunned silence as Marcus's fiancée revealed herself, her words cutting through the tension like a knife. The veil of secrecy around Marcus's double life was finally torn away, and the world around Amelia seemed to spin out of control. The lavish gala, once a celebration of wealth and success, had suddenly become a stage for public humiliation and betrayal. Marcus's face turned beet red, his usual composure shattered as the woman stepped forward. Her eyes locked onto Amelia's with icy clarity. "You're not the only woman in his life," she said, her voice steady but laced with venom. "You're just another one of his many conquests, another story to add to his list." Amelia stood there, numb, unable to comprehend what was happening. Her mind raced, her heart heavy with a mix of betrayal, humiliation, and a deep, burning fury. The man she had trusted, the man she thought she knew, had been living a lie that had entrapped her too. But the most jarring revelation came when the fiancé, with a cold smile, added, "And I'm the one who warned you, Amelia. I'm the one who made sure you wouldn't be another one of his victims." In that moment, everything shifted. The once glamorous gala transformed into a public spectacle of drama and deceit. Marcus, the billionaire everyone admired, was exposed, and his empire of lies crumbled before his eyes. The truth had won, and Marcus was left vulnerable, powerless. Despite the heartache and anger flooding her, Amelia felt a strange sense of empowerment. She wasn't a victim of Marcus's manipulation anymore. She was free. She walked away from the chaos, her head held high, leaving the life she once thought was perfect behind. The story of the drug in the drink hadn't ended in tragedy. Instead, it ended in a powerful reminder. No matter how carefully you hide the truth, it will always find a way to expose itself. And that's how one night, filled with glamour and lies, changed everything for Amelia. But remember, secrets always come to light, and no one is safe from the truth. If you want to hear more shocking stories like this, full of twists and jaw-dropping revelations, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Hit the bell icon so you're always the first to know when we drop new stories. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. Things are about to get even crazier. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.